Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Okay guys, right now, the world is in love with Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Other than Rotten Tomatoes, which for some reason, the audience score for this movie on Rotten Tomatoes is a 56%. I don't get that. Do you get that? Probably, because you probably all hate this movie, but let me share my opinion. So, if you're wondering, do I agree that this movie is bad? And I can happily say no. Do not listen to the Rotten Tomatoes score. This film is very good. Not what I expected, but it's very good. It's kind of a surprise, not in a bad way. It's a very good movie, but it's kind of surprising. Now, if you're wondering, do I think this film is better than The Force Awakens? I'll answer that later. But I will have to say this about The Force Awakens. I completely disagree with the hate on The Force Awakens. I think The Force Awakens is it's a really awesome movie. It's just, like, people say that all the Disney movies except for Rogue One were bad, which I gotta say Rogue One is a very good movie. I love Rogue One, but it isn't better than The Force Awakens. Come on, guys. Han Solo's in The Force Awakens. So, no, but we're on The Last Jedi today. We're not on The Force Awakens or Rogue One. We're doing Last Jedi. So, this film is done well, and it is done very well. Like, it's executed well. So, if you want to hear my, like, short review on it, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's awesome. Do not look at Rotten. Do not believe the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. It is not true. It is not true. It does have some things that I don't like about it that much, but overall, it's a very enjoyably good film. So let's get into this. So yeah, spoiler. There are spoilers for this movie, a lot. Like, I suggest you, if you haven't seen it, leave now. Leave now. Leave now. I want to get that out there. Just clear. You should leave now. So yeah, the plot. This plot is the only thing I don't love about this movie, or necessarily like. I mean, one thing I really like about The Force Awakens plot is that it's simple and it all happens in one line. This film is almost two plots that come together a little bit at the end, and it doesn't go piece together correctly, and it's just a little too complex. I mean, I feel like the whole plot about the First Order after the Resistance, it didn't actually do much to the movie. Like, it really doesn't. It kind of just felt like they needed to have a plot for Finn and Rey, so, you know, they have to do that, which is definitely my biggest complaint with the plot. I mean, it's just a little too complex. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is no Batman versus Superman, but I wish the writing was just a little better. I just don't. It's not the best writing. And by the way, if you haven't left it and you haven't seen it, I didn't spoil much about the plot. I did spoil a little bit of the plot, so I'm sorry about that if you haven't seen it yet. But huge spoilers ahead, because we're in character time. So yeah, the characters. Let's do this. Okay, who doesn't love the characters in Star Wars? What? We got, let me think. We got Rey, Finn, Poe, Chewie, Leia, Luke, and Kylo Ren, Snoke. They're all back. I mean, you probably weren't excited about Snoke. I mean, you might have been. So yeah, it's a very good movie. Also, it's a very good movie. Also, we have some new characters here. One I would really like to join out is Rose. I really thought Rose was a fun character. I think she was a pretty cool character, and yeah. It's a pretty fun film. Although, Rey, I've always liked. I've never had anything remotely. I really like the character. I do really like Rey, but I don't think she's the best in The Force Awakens. I mean, who doesn't like Chewbacca? Who doesn't like him? He's just awesome. I also always have really liked Poe Dameron. I thought he was a really fun character in the first. I mean, who doesn't like Luke Skywalker? Actually, a lot of people know. Which I can see why he isn't that good, but I like Luke Skywalker, I have to say that. And then Princess Leia, you know, Princess Leia is good. So yeah, And I think Kylo Ren is a very good villain. And one thing I actually really like that they do in this film is that they show that Kylo Ren is so heartless and wretched on the inside. It, like, really projects that feeling that he is, like, he hates everything. And it's, like, really done well. So, yeah. I really, really, really liked Kylo Ren. I mean, okay, we haven't talked about Finn. Do you know why? I want to save him for last. Okay. Finn is dominantly the best character in The Force Awakens. I think Finn is funny, cool, awesome. He's just a nice, like, he's a really good character, and I think he just works out right. And yeah, I just like Finn. I've always really liked him. So yeah, okay. I haven't really spoiled much yet, but I will end up spoiling a couple things because there's some big character stuff in this movie. So yeah, let's just if you haven't seen the movie, don't be here, okay? You shouldn't be here already, but whatever. So yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, leave now. I mean, you should have already left. Hopefully all of you people that haven't seen the movie are gone. Okay, all the people that haven't seen it, okay. That's just time to let them leave. Okay. Luke Skywalker's death in this film it kind of felt a little weird, and it was a little bit of a letdown. Like, it wasn't that emotional. He just levitates and then he's gone. I mean, it kind of just felt a little unconnected correctly, and I didn't feel that much power inside of it. I mean, I feel so bad for Princess Leia. First Han, now Luke, and then what's next? Chewbacca? I feel so bad for her. Like, every character from the original is gonna die. If they kill C-3PO, I swear to God, I will rip Lucasfilm in half. He has held a track record of being in every Star Wars movie, which I hope gets kept. I mean, there are a lot of characters that haven't been in every Star Wars movie. And yeah. So yeah, that kind of felt a little weird, Luke's death. But, we also got another character to talk about, Snoke. Which, it was a little bit of a letdown. Snoke, like, kind of looks like Elvis Presley in this film. I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. I didn't see much of Snoke. And then, when Kylo Ren kills him, it didn't have the closure you want it to. Like, it just felt a little weird. Like, I mean, I kind of like how they do that scene. Like, he says, I remember, like, Kylo, like, Snoke is saying it, he loads the lightsaber, and he kills his greatest enemy, and then you see him stab, Snoke. I thought that was interesting, but I don't think we should have killed Snoke in the second movie. I felt like that was a little weird. We don't even know who Snoke is anymore. That was a little angering, but, you know, yeah. So this film is, like, the deaths in this film are a little bit of a letdown. Also, you're probably all wondering, what do I think on Yoda? I think Yoda being in this film is probably the best part. That was awesome to see Yoda in it again. And I was just like, man, Yoda, I don't know who my favorite Star Wars character is. It could be Yoda or Obi-Wan. I don't know. I like all of them. I also like Qui-Gon, you know, Han Solo, Finn. I like all of them. And I thought Yoda's scene was kind of cool on how Yoda agrees with Luke saying the Jedi must end. And I thought that was nice and cool. So yeah, the characters were, well, they're great for two reasons. I mean, there were little weird things about it with Luke's death and Snoke's death. But other than that, the characters were good. They were very good. I mean, we are looking at Star Wars here. The characters always have to be great. So the next two sections will be very short. The visuals, well, they were awesome. They were just awesome. So I really don't need to talk about that. I don't really need to talk about how the visuals are amazing. It's a Star Wars movie. We also got some actually, like, funny jokes. There's a couple scenes with the Porgs that were pretty funny. And yeah, it was a pretty funny film, honestly. Not Thor Ragnarok funny. It might have been funnier than Coco. I don't remember laughing that much in Coco. So yeah, it's not Thor Ragnarok funny, but, you know, it's still great. So let's go on to the star ratings. We're the saddest one for it all. 7 out of 10 for the plot. You know, you can really easily compare this plot to the Attack of the Clones plot. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't really like Attack of the Clones, and I really like this film. It's just, they're very two comparable things. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for the plot. It was just kind of two plots mashed into one. One plot was very unnecessary, and the other, well, yeah. I mean, of course, we got a 10 out of 10 for characters. I mean, we're looking at Star Wars here. 10 out of 10 for visuals. Visuals have been amazing. And 9 out of 10 for the enjoyability. So, in all, this film got a 9 out of 10. Now, I will have to say this. There are two films I would like to say I like this one more. One, believe it or not, I think this film is better than Coco. Now, I don't sound as positive on it. It's because if I say it's a jaw-dropping masterpiece, it isn't. It has its problems. Coco has pretty much none. It's a very problemless movie, I guess. So, me saying that I like it more than Coco is a little weird, but me being a nerd, not an animation geek, I mean, I do watch and I do love animation, but I'm more of a nerd, and I go and see every, like, Marvel Star Wars movie on the weekend it comes out. So I kind of like the Star Wars movies more than animation defaults. So that's why I like this film more than Coco. Also, this film, I mean, I know I gave Coco a 10 out of 10, but this film, even though it has a 9 out of 10, it's on the higher spectrum of 9 out of 10. The only reason why it has a 9 out of 10 is it's not a perfect film, and the plot is a little too complex. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. And let me say, is it better than The Force Awakens? This is actually a really hard question. Most people agree with me, and I think it does beat The Force Awakens. For visuals, characters, overall, it's kind of a better film. The Force Awakens is a little more lighthearted, which I don't disrespect. I like it when a film's lighthearted, but it just is done. This film is just directed better than The Force Awakens. And don't get me wrong, The Force Awakens is a golden movie. So is this one. I know I haven't sounded that positive on this one, but it overall is very good. So, 9 out of 10 for The Last Jedi. Let you guys say what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't worry, that 56% is because of all you super dedicated Star Wars fans. I know who you are. And I know that you're dedicated to Star Wars. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It's Star Wars. It's an amazing series. But, come on. Has one flaw, now it's a 1-star rating. Come on. You gave it worse than the Emoji Movie. Star Wars: The Last Jedi.